Which of the following is unpaired bone of facial skeleton? The options are nasal, lacrimal, inferior nasal concha, and vomer. Now, if we just try to insert the unpaired bone of the facial skeleton, so the facial skeleton has only 2 bones out of 14 which are unpaired. So, what are those? One is your mandible and second is your vomer. These are the 2 bones which are unpaired out of 14 bones which forms the facial skeleton. Now here itself I want to give you a gist of the skeleton of the face as well as cranium. So basically the skull is composed of 22 bones. Now out of these there are 14 bones that forms the facial skeleton and there are 8 bones that forms the cranium. So what are the facial skeleton forming bones? So you can remember this with the help of a mnemonic, that is vein please. Vein please. Now what are the bones here? V stands for vomer, A is auditory ossicles, I is inferior nasal concha, N is nasal bone, M is maxilla, another M is mandible, and this mandible as well as vomer, mandible and vomer are unpaired, rest all are paired. P here stands for the palatine, L is your lacrimal, Z is your zygomatic bone. Same way, to remember the cranium, we have the cranial bones, we have another mnemonic, that is passed off. Passed off. Now P in this is going to be your parietal, E is going to be ethmoid, S is going to be sphenoid, T is going to be temporal, then you have occipital, and finally you have frontal. Now out of these, what are the bones which are unpaired? In the cranium there are 4 bones which are unpaired. One is your frontal bone, then you have your occipital bone, then the sphenoid bone, and then is your ethmoid bone. So these 4 are unpaired while parietal and temporal bone are paired. And yes, we have another few other bones that are going to form the other part of the skeleton, but that is not important for us. But the skull we have discussed because we were discussing about the facial skeleton, right? So here you have 2 bones from the parietal and 2 bones from the temporal, and that came out to be total 8 bones, right? Same way here there are 2 bones like this, and rest 7 bones are going to be double, and that's why paired, and that's why it comes out to be 14, right? So yes, if we quickly go through the key concept, we'll be able to understand that the parietal, temporal, malleus, incus, stapes, and these are the paired bone, while the unpaired are frontal, occipital, sphenoid, and ethmoid. Same way, the paired bone, the maxilla, zygomatic, nasal, lacrimal, palatine, inferior nasal concha, and mandible and vomer are unpaired bones. So this is how we can answer this particular question. So correct answer in this question is vomer.